everybody. Today I wanted to talk about a member of Saiyan royalty, aka Future Trunks, which is my favorite character of all time when it comes to Dragon Ball. Just like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's just hop into it. So just to make things very clear, I'm going to be power scaling my boy starting from when he's introduced, aka during the Android arc, and his first invocation is when he forces Frieza. But before I get into all the scaling when it comes down to this form of Trunks versus this form of Frieza, I highly recommend to check out my last video where I do go and do a deep dive on Super Saiyan Goku. Super Saiyan Goku scales to that Frieza from the arc before this one, simple, and it is stated at the beginning of this arc that Frieza has gone stronger and Trunks scales to this Frieza. So if you guys do want to have a better deep dive scaling for this form of Frieza before I continue with this video, just check out my last video, and with all that, let's just hop back into it. So first things first, if you're coming back from my last video over Super Saiyan Goku, you should have already known that I scaled him to around large star level, and Frieza from the past arc should scale to that Goku in terms of like relativity, in terms of power, right? So in this form we have a much improved, stronger version of Frieza, and Trunks is able to not only overpower him, he's also able to blitz him. Based off that alone, we can easily include that Super Saiyan 1 Trunks is easily FTL plus at least star level in terms of raw power. And what's even more cool about this two individuals going at it is that in the anime version of this scene, it's actually stated by Kai that Frieza was using more than 10 times the amount of power he used on Namek just to destroy the planet and Trunks is actually able to tank and hold this amount of energy in just one of the palms of his hands. I think that's a feat that's very underrated, and I think it really backs up the star level, knowing that those are multiple theories out there that kind of imply that Namek was supposed to be way bigger than our own planet. So if he was using 10 times the amount of power to just say destroy a large planet, it still definitely proves that star level I brought up earlier. But main point, it's a very cool feat that we only get to see in the anime, which is kind of a letdown. I wish they would have brought that in the manga, but either way, beginning of the Android arc, we know that Trunks should at least be around star level FTL plus, and obviously from here he just gets stronger and stronger. Moving on a little bit forward in this arc, we are introduced to characters called 16, 17, 18, and these are the androids. 16 is stated and very much implied to be above 17 and 18, and 17 and 18 are described to be much stronger than Frieza himself. What's very important about this is that clearly there's a huge amp gap since Frieza, and SSJ2 Vegeta is actually able to face a cell which has absorbed 17 and which clearly shown to be much stronger than the androids. The reason why this is really impressive is Vegeta states that there's a guy over there named Trunks and he's close to my power. In other words, he's relative, meaning that Trunks should be leagues above the star level. Like I mentioned earlier, he should definitely be in that large star, definitely pushing into that solar system level, which 100 makes sense, knowing that we do have solar system level feats and statements later on in the series, aka from Cell himself. And what's even better is that he's eventually gets strong enough that he's able to fight a character called Dabo. For those who do not know, Dabo was the character we get to see at the beginning of the Blue arc, and for those who don't know, it's actually stated in the data book and very much implied in the manga that he's on equal levels of Cell, meaning that he should also be at least solar system level, and using his own form, his own unique, I guess you can say, SS3, Trunks is able to actually blitz him and then straight up overpower him. So by that point in time, Trunks should 100% be at least solar system level. And what's the best thing about this new form that he creates, this unique version of his own, I guess you can say SS3, like I said earlier, is that this SS3 is actually stated to be as strong as Goku Super Saiyan 3 form and Dragon Ball Super. And remember, this form of Goku has gone through hella training, so he should be much stronger than back when he was in Dragon Ball Z. And remember that back in Dragon Ball Z, that form of SSJ 3 was already strong enough to face characters like Boo, and he was stated to be a threat to the entire universe. Main point, Trunks has definitely gotten pretty damn strong. And just to hype up my boy list a tad bit more, for my manga readers out there, you should be able to remember that during the fight between Goku and Trunks, Goku actually had to transform into his Super Saiyan God form. You can definitely make the argument that by transforming, you can definitely say that he was inferior to Trunks until he got his God form. That's one argument you can definitely use, or you can just say that the relative when he's in his SSJ3. Either way, that just makes Trunks pretty damn powerful. Just the knowing the fact that Goku had to rely on his God form, the same form that can possibly destroy the entire universe, which can be scaled to a universal to a low multi-universal feat, but that's a story for another day. Main point, at this point in time, Trunks should at least be multi-solar system, possibly galaxy, and one thing's for sure, Trunks definitely has the potential of becoming much stronger. And just like always, if you like my content or you just like Dragon Ball, either way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I see you guys next video.